facing, they have to be in California rear facing up to 2 years old. But 40 pounds, it's either 2 years and 40 pounds, either. It's not either or. So I wish they would take the 2 years out because most children are not 40 pounds. The read, so 40 pounds on average is between 3 to 5 years old that they can stay rear facing. And the reason that is because anytime you put a child forward facing, regardless of their age, high risk of neck injury from the head coming forward and brain injury from the head going back into the seat. So when they're reclined position, the force is equally distributed and you're protecting the head and the neck. So generally, it's going to be all seats and children at rear facing to 40 pounds. Every convertible car seats, is everyone familiar with convertible? A convertible car seat, can you bring one of those? A convertible car seat is rear facing, then it turns forward facing. Are you familiar with convertibles?
Yeah, it's kind of like that one.
This is a combo
like
seat.
And you can turn it to face the other way.
Yeah, so it's rear facing. All your convertibles keep children rear facing to 40 pounds. And then there's 8 on the market that go to 50 pounds rear facing. Then after that, they go forward facing until usually they go to 65 pounds. Then after that, they go into the booster seat. So I'll give you some information when we're done. I do have some paperwork that I'll have you fill out. And then I'll give you my contact information. So anytime you do have any kind of car seat issues or questions, you can always call or text me directly on my mobile phone. And I will send you some also literature on our website if you need any additional information. So we can go, how many here have children that are transporting children under 5? Okay, then the rest are going to be like 6 and older mostly.
Transporting?
Like Zoom, on the Zoom.
I think I have 40.
So just remember always, when they're younger, just make sure, always double check what their weight is, because if they're under 40 pounds, they still need to be rear facing.
Rear facing.
Most 4 years old, they're probably, at that point, they're already 40. They could be under, so in California law, if that child's 36, 38 pounds, even though they're over 2 years old, you still can get a ticket for that, which will still be injured, so be aware of that. So if they're under 40 pounds, those car seats need to be rear facing.
I put them on a booster seat.
So these are only forward facing. So remember, we need to make sure that if you have any child that's under 40 pounds in California, it needs to be rear facing. And then these are only forward facing seats, like this one's only forward facing seat. This is a combo seat that has the built-in 5-point harness, and when the child outgrows the weight of this harness, then it converts into the booster seat.
Hello. That's my cousin.
Okay. So, does anybody have any questions yet?
So the cutoff is 40 pounds for
Or
the
rear facing.
rear facing. Okay, thank you.
And that's the biggest change in the law in 2012 was
Under 40 is always
the other way to correct.
and up to 12 is the one that requires.
It's, they can stay in these 5-point harnesses, forward facing, until they can fit into the lap shoulder belt properly. So after 8 years old, if they could fit in the vehicle seat with the lap belt on their lap, crossing the center of their chest, they're fine. If that lap belt's up on their stomach, then they need to be in the booster seat. And they stay in the booster seat. And every car seat's going to have whatever the maximum height and weight is, it's always going to be on the side of the seat. So you'll have all that information. It's going to be on the side. It'll show what the height is for the child. So you'll see here on this one is 4 to 10 years old, up to 100 pounds, 57 inches. When you have a child that's forward facing, the difference in how we position them and rear facing, these straps are always at or below the shoulders. Okay. When it's forward facing, it's different crash dynamics. So now these straps are going to be always at or above. So these straps will always be at or above the shoulders once they go forward facing. The chest clip is always level with the armpits. We want to make sure we have these tight enough to where we cannot pinch and pull away. On the sides are really important because a lot of people miss that. And up on the shoulders, make sure you cannot pinch and pull away. Especially if you're transporting smaller children that are rear facing. make sure those straps are really tight on the hips and on the shoulders. And this chest clip is always at the armpits. A lot of mistakes people make, especially with the younger children, are these straps, these chest clip all the way down low. You want to have this up high because that's what's keeping these straps up on the shoulders.
How old do they have to be sitting in the front?
Children could be seated in the front seat
Yeah.
once they're 8 years old.
8?
No, once they're 8 years old. That's a California law. Now, so a minimum is 8 years old. Most car seat manufacturers do not recommend that, and we don't recommend that because it's not the safest in the front seat. It's safer for them to be in the back. But if you have older children in the back, smaller children in the back, and you have to put one up front, I mean, that's fine as long as they're going to be at least 8 years old.
8 years old in regards to how many pounds in the front?
The good question. I don't really think about that. To be in the front seat, let me double check because I believe it's 80 pounds.
So they're not 80 pounds.
I'll double check with that.
Another question.
But what's going to determine if they could be in the front too is if they're seated properly. Remember, most 8-year-olds are not going to be able to fit in that left shoulder belt properly.
Cool.
They need to be in a booster
So
seat.
now you want the waist height.
Yeah. So they have to make sure. Also, it's 4'7". So most of these car seats only go up to that height anyway, and so that's the weight, and that's the highest for it to go into the front seat. But when you're thinking about children in the front seat, if you look on your visor of your vehicle, they used to all say children under 12 safer in the back seat. Now you will see a lot of cars that will say children safer in the back. They've taken that under 12 out. So it's safer to have children in the back seat. If you have children filled up in the back seat, then you put the oldest one in the front.
You,
Child is aiding over, sitting in the front seat. Which way do they face? If they have to use the child seat.
They're always forward facing.
Say it again?
They're always forward facing. The rear facing is only
Infants.
up to 40 pounds, and some of them go up to 50 pounds. So that's on average 3 to 5 years old. After that, generally, they're all going forward facing between 5 and 3.
When we use a booster, for example, how old they have to be or how tall? Does it matter? Because you're just using the booster itself, just a small one. A little
Right. So some of these, like on this seat, it'll show here, and they do this mainly for crash test purposes, and some states do not have all the same requirements.
Okay.
So like on here, this one says 4 years old, and the minimum is 40 pounds.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So,
really, 40 pounds?
yeah, that's this for this
Minimum.
particular seat. Now, every
Okay.
car seat's going to be a little different, so you always want to check because they will vary.
Okay.
Now, while a child could fit in here at 40 pounds, we do not recommend that because the lap shoulder belt is not going to give them as much protection as this 5-point harness. And again, they designed that because of crash test requirements. They need to have that big variation. And some states do not have any regulations at all, so then they could actually do that. It's still not the safest, it's not the recommendation. In California, once they're 40 pounds, yeah, they can be in this.
Okay.
But again, as we adjust this going up and down, the shoulder strap is going to be in this red piece up here. So if they're up a little, way too low, and this is up high to where it's hitting their face, then they're not going to be able to be seated properly. Also, a lap shoulder belt with a small child, they're always moving. If you're ever in a crash during that time when they're moving around, they're not secured and they could get injured. So when you're in a position like this, well, they can't move because you have them tight and not able to move. So that is the safest, always be in a 5-point harness.
Okay. Some kids is very the weight is very large,
Right.
and it's hard to put them in the little, but the age is a little. I mean, like
Right.
2 years old, but
Right.
it happened to me, one
So
time.
we use the weight.
So what I can do when I give you some paper, when I get your paperwork, I'm going to get your emails, and I'm going to email you what the state allowances are for when children, and I'll have a listing of what all the ages and the weights are. Because there are some exemptions to the law, when children are heavier, if they're a little bit overweight, they're not able to fit in the car seats, so there are exemptions. So I'll send you a list, because I don't want to give that to you right now, because I want to make sure I have it correct. But I'll just send it for you so you do have, because you might get children different sizes and weights, so you'll at least be able to look at this to see that, oh, okay, this child, I could do this.
What is the fine that if you don't have
So
car
you
seat?
can, it's, if the child's not buckled up properly, meaning they might not be in the car seat, they might not be buckled up properly, you get a point on your driver's record. With court fees, it's generally about $600, so it's quite steep. And there's also a 2-hour class, a child passenger safety class that we're required to go to as well. So it's quite significant. Officers can pull you over just because they see a child in the car. Usually they don't, unless they suspect the child's kind of moving around and not buckled up properly. If you get lucky and get an officer that is a certified technician, like I am, they usually try to fix it right there and they educate you right there.
Okay.
If you don't, if they're not certified, then they just give you the ticket. And hopefully you don't go that route, because it's horrible, because you have to get, when I had
It's
some where
really-
children just, they pulled up to the school and they unbuckled, a lot of the children will be in these, and they just unbuckle because they're getting close to the school and they're in line, the cars are in line, and they've gotten ticketed for that.
Okay.
So make sure the child isn't unbuckling themselves before that vehicle stopped. Because I had a client that they came into our class because they needed to get a corner off.
You have proper stop first before.
Yeah, you need to, actually that vehicle needs to stop, be in place. And if you're in a line on the road, then they still need to be buckled up, so you will get a ticket for that. So the driver just, anytime you're putting a child in the car, make sure that the seat needs to be installed properly and appropriate for that child, and the child needs to be buckled up properly as well. A lot of errors people make are these not buckled in properly as well. And there's different ways, and I'll show you in the vehicle, with these car seats as well. Does everybody have their own car seats in their vehicles too?
Well, so I will distribute, because most of them are new. So some of us have our cars, but
That's fine.
we'll distribute them.
So what we can do is,
We can use, his car has a car seat, so we could use his.
but we do need those who have their vehicles here with their own car seat that they use. Then I do want to go through that with them, so
Sure.
you're familiar with
Yeah,
it
yeah,
as
we
well.
can all go to their car and do
Sounds
it.
good. So we can go to the car. Let's see. Anybody have any other questions? Yeah.
How do you know their age? Do you ask or is there specified?
You should always ask.
It's in the app. Zoom lets us know how old they are, how many pounds they
And
are.
it should have the pounds as well.
Yeah, I
You should
just
need to
text.
know that.
I do the same.
It says booster seat required, car seat required.
So does it specify?
So
the
when it
age
says
is
when it says booster seat, then Zoom recognizes it, and that's how they assign it that way. If it says car seat, then it means they'll be
That's your name?
Yeah.
in the app. Yes.
So it'll say booster seat. But
Booster seat
what
or
is the-
car
What
seat.
is the cutoff for the age?
When they assign the order, Zoom puts it accordingly. If they need a booster seat according to their age and their pound, then they put it there. If they require a car seat facing rear facing,
So-
then they let us know on the order on the app. It says that.
So do you know how the app figures that out? Or is it the person?
When they dispatch it, the dispatcher figures out what kind of, according to the California state law, what is required, and they put on the attribute either car seat or booster seat.
Right, okay.
So
sure.
we carry both. We carry both in the car.
Okay, good. So you might get it to where they say booster seat, and legally it's required. Like in California, if a child's 40 pounds, they could be in this.
How
I
about
wouldn't
without
recommend
that? How about without that? Just the booster seat by itself. How many pounds do they have to be?
Yeah, it'll vary on these, because I know on this one, I think it is without
Are
the
they
back.
just meaning if you take this part off and let it just be the bottom boosters?
Right. So without the back support, let's see, this one, width it could be down to 30 pounds with it. 30 pounds with the back, without the back support, it's 40 pounds.
Okay, 30 pound and 40 pound.
Yeah, but this particular one. So
Okay.
yeah, so let's see, in California, you couldn't at 30 pounds put the child in here at
Without the support.
all. At all.
Right, at all.
Because they're too small. They need to be rear facing still.
Right.
If they're
So-
40 pounds?
So you have to be careful of the seat itself. And you know, they vary. Like this one says without the back, it could be, I mean with the back up to 30 pounds, you know, at minimum of 30 pounds. But in California they have the rear facing, so you cannot use the seat. So that's why hopefully the app they're figuring that part out. And
Yeah,
they're doing
they
it properly.
when they assign the orders, obviously they have to go through the legal
Right.
channel.
Okay, good. So some of these, you know, always check with, you're double checking with the seat, what the seat requires. So, you know, this one at 40 pounds, you could put the child in there. Do most people have these for most of your children?
Yeah, that's what so under 4 is over there.
Yes. They also have different seats. This is an infant only seat that's only rear facing. They also have convertibles that are also rear facing that turn forward facing.
That would be for like 3-4-year-olds.
Yes. And did we have another question? Did I answer your question as well?
Okay, so I guess we can go
So let's
see
go
the.
to the car.
Okay.
And then we'll get this.
That one?